Hi there, Selective Collective. This is Kim here to give you a message. I think they'll stop bouncing. Stop bouncing. So let's call in your spirit guides and our angels to help us, guide us. I would like to see, Spirit, if I'm open to any kind of new, positive, even life-changing events that are going to happen to the collective in a relatively recent time perspective for us. Okay, this is a type of group that already can assume it's already true. It will happen in this now moment. That's all we have. Wow. And I guess that's good then. Okay. Oof. They want to talk about the underworld. Oh my gosh. So they want to talk about the energies that we experience when things get torn down to be transformed, right? The underworld. Our jobs can go to the underworld. Our relationships can meet their end in the underworld. It's not easy work. And I think I said this in the last message. What was coming through is the brighter your light, the darker your shadow. So a Carl Jung quote of when you're ascending, right? When you're reaching new cognitive heights and you're very tapped in with your clairs, your abilities, you know that you have them, getting better at them, everything starts shifting and changing, and even our shadow becomes more pronounced, just because of that effect of awakening, enlightenment. So that's us dealing with these things, and so the things that come to die, honestly, in the underworld, are the things that we are overly identified with, that are getting in the way of our vision. That's what I feel like the main message is here. So deconstruct, when we put labels on things and we try to overly identify with a certain role, even a certain purpose, it's kind of like our shadow side, because the divine will, the vision is something that you can always trust in. It's constant, yet it's always changing, but it is eternal. So things go to the underworld here, and yes, they are transformed. So I feel through the depths of the things that you have been through and suffered through, something big is emerging, and that would be the vision. And this has happened in my life where I've gone through an experience that was a little bit traumatic, like in a relationship. And it was in the hardest times of it, though, that I said, boy, I want my life to change. But then in my mind, my thoughts were, let's make it bigger and grander and definitely different than this, than this thing that I'm experiencing. And sometimes that takes, for me, years. It took years. It takes years. So I did have a vision, though, from that space. In fact, I can remember a night when I got so angry at the whole situation that I was like, yeah, I'm not stopping, because I can't stay in that energy, and that was all that was available to me at the time. So it's your fuel, it is your fuel. It's a philosophical debate on whether or not suffering is actually necessary. A lot of spiritual practices will teach you about sacrifice and about suffering. But they're usually taught in almost every story or every teaching. There's usually a way through it with faith, belief in something manifesting before you can actually see evidence with your eyes, right? So yeah, a lot of them lead you out of suffering, and by the end, either a vision is realized, a promise that you have made, that spirit has made, like a knowing or a vision in your heart of something better for yourself, the life where you feel the most authentic and able to go with the ups and downs and not feel like you're constantly in this energy. This is to be expected. But when it sticks around for a very long time and it's a situation that needs to change, then we have to alchemize it, turn it into fuel for our vision of what's to come. So the seed has been planted. This card has many cards in it. The seed has been planted here. You could be running into somebody that has a shared vision for what you see or how you see things improving. If you have gone through an underworld experience in your life, other people have gone through it too. We have so many things that have to die out and get transformed. So many things that we identify with. Even things that you would consider, you know, that was a light aspect of myself, but time to move on from that role. Things like that still go to the underworld and are part of shadowy work. So you get exalted here. And I'm just thinking of the story of Joseph or even Daniel. The ability to overcome a obstacle in life as big as being thrown into a pit with lions. You have a power that's supporting you that can do something like that for you. And they see you as this person here that is raised, exalted to the top of that mountain for all to see. You did go through your struggles to get there. You know, that's what made you wise. That's what makes you able to lead this vision that you have. So this can be anything from getting out of you know, if you're a person, you have a vision to help others get out of like abusive situations. That could be part of your vision. It could be something like that, where I now know that what I've gone through, I'm going to, you know, overcome and help others. Different various addictions in life. Emotional abuse that people go through and stuff like that. I just see that as being, there's something here tied into the vision where what trauma you went through will now help others get through theirs. Yeah, well, yeah, because you know the poet, because you just know there's something about the darkness that you've seen. So this is the darkness represented here, and you having, like, holding a crystal ball, if you can imagine that as a metaphor of you being, maybe even you having some kinds of skills and abilities. I know this happens too. I believe that they're part of your soul plan. Just that what I feel intuitively is that certain gifts and abilities get triggers, like certain times when they're meant to come out in this life, maybe to help us overcome hard traumatic experiences, or when life gets a little bit too dramatic for us. So you've witnessed the darkness. Maybe you've witnessed the darkness of some other people. And this is the flock of birds. It kind of looks like ravens or crows, but they're all getting the information that you're providing, either through something that you write down or maybe some kind of creative venture that you do, but they're getting the benefit. And you're getting the benefit of transmuting and alchemizing what you've witnessed in the underworld. So, moving right along. I have the Kipper-ish deck. I just got that. Some people like it. Some people like it. There's a few people that don't like it. So, I'm going to take it. I'm going to bring it out. If you like it, you like it. If you don't resonate with it, then don't. I'll just have to see over time how well it does. Let's get a Cosmos Oracle first. I like working with it, but there are some pretty heavy, everything has a light and a dark side, so this Kipper-ish deck definitely has some dark issues in it. I don't think that makes it like a negative deck, though. Somebody was saying they thought it was a negative. I don't think it is a negative. in any way. I just think it's kind of, it is in your, a little in your face about some things. But like I say, if you don't resonate with it, then you don't resonate with it. Geocentric model. And X-rays. There's an understanding that you have now of some of the things that you have witnessed, the people that you have dealt with, their personalities, sometimes their persona, that we're talking about somebody's persona or what they have tried to, the mask that they've tried to wear. There's this acting out that can come from that energy, from the ego, and there's this ability that some people who are very sensitive have, to like being clairsentient, to feel like there's more going on with these people or this person. There's a reason why it's not to excuse the behavior, but I feel like you're a very sensitive, empathetic person who can use your third eye and different clairs to find out when somebody's acting out or projecting onto you from a wounded ego. So their actions or could be like very narcissistic, or they could be putting people down. You could have had to deal with bullying, whatever it is where these people were acting. It's from a place of the wounded ego. It's not really their divine self. It's like you can see that, right? And in some way, it's like, yeah. So anyway, that's that message. Let's go on. Big Bang and protoplanetary disk and the parsec. I'm gonna take parsec. Oh, and I will take cosmos. Oh, and I will take star, and I'll stop. Because I'll keep going. Unexpected. You're not going to be prepared for this. You have something coming in for you. It's big. You must have already been. I'm really feeling like you've reached a pinnacle and you've been through something very tough. Even if the underworld energy is a resurfacing energy that you've been experiencing because of like activations going on with ascension and energy, where things have come up for you to process them, basically. And it could be underworld like things. It can be the things that hurt us only because we overly identified with a label that we would use to describe parts of our ego. You know, such as like successful or something, you know, because the way that you can define that, sometimes if we don't have what we feel like we've labeled as being successful should be, then that can lead to our ego getting wounded. It's because of that over-identification. So, let's be wild and free. It's what I feel like they're saying. Be wild and free, divine spark that you are. Everything is in perfect order, and that's what they want to say. Even in the apparent entropy of this world, it is simply like the opposition to the light that you can see sometimes. But it all works together. It all blends together with the cosmos. This is perfect trust that everything is in the order that it was divinely set to be in. And there could be no other way. That's literally the message coming through. And what's also coming through is you might want to read, as just a side note, they're telling me A Course in Miracles, because there's something about what I just said that rings a bell from when I last read that book. It's a huge book, Course in Miracles. It was a Jesus channeling from, I think it was the 70s when they did it. But his explanation is that everything's always exactly perfect, no matter how we think we're seeing or perceiving things. But I have a feeling your perception is, oh yeah, I can see. When you can see that the master is in both the light and the dark, there's still that mastery level. There's still that. It's all one. It's all good and benevolent, and it's always going to be arranged by divine will. So that's the trust they're needing you to have at this time. Just like Joseph, you know, who was promised he would rule over the land. I think it was in Egypt, rule over the land there. And he did get to take care of the land for the Pharaoh because he was able to interpret a dream and prevented a lot of people from dying due to famine. So it took like, you know, years, many years, I don't know, maybe 20 years, losing his whole family and everything. He had to have faith in the vision or the truth that he just knew from the Creator or from whatever source energy that you feel connected with. Knew that it was all in divine order. So the star here is shining, and the light is coming from yourself, right? Big Bang is an unexpected change. Huge. It's expansion, and it's the growth of there's new life, right? Everywhere. It created everything, though. So that's what the Big Bang is talking about, is all of the sudden, if something in your life feels like it was completely blown up, like I said, sometimes we go to the underworld where we weren't expecting something to end, or we weren't expecting, you know, even like a career, we weren't expecting something to get in the way or to bother it, or a relationship, whatever it is, that the Big Bang kind of marks moments like that. But that what follows is the Big Bang, and it creates everything new, completely unfamiliar to you, but all in divine order for the creation of all things. So protoplanetary disk means that these planets and stars that you see here in the center are in like this they're in a celestial uterus. So it might look like you see the nebulous, so you're just seeing hazy or cloudy energy. You can't see that these things are already in formation for you. So I think of that being in formation for you in the ethers, right? In the cosmos. And the parsec is saying to be easy on yourself at this time, especially if you feel like you're having to be, like you're being slowed down, maybe for healing, for activations, for getting the ground in the underworld ready so that things can be planted again. This is the pause before you get into the new flow state. It's quite literally, the parsec is the distance from here to here. So, from one place to another, or from yourself to an object. Yeah, and then I have the star. Lucky you. Shining your own light. The star with the vision. You could be known, very well known for whatever this is, whatever the vision is about. Somebody wants to say hello. That's the first card that we're getting, is hello. And I have a pathway also that looks like it belongs in this reading. So somebody's wanting to get to know you or to be friendly, right? They actually want to give a message to you. Hey, how are you doing? It's going to be like one of those. And the pathway looks like it leads to star energy. Family. And here, let me remind you here, you're all part of my soul tribe family, I feel. Everybody that connects with me here, especially if you're subscribed. So subscribe if you haven't. But, you know, I've seen the same people come back for comments, and I love it. It feels very like we're all very supportive of one another. And you have your spiritual family here. Your star family. Your family that ties you together with different types of angels that you all might work with too. The ones helping me that are helping you. We're all family. You have a lot of energies that are overseeing a success here. Yeah. You are a sweetheart. You are a sweetheart. You are being viewed as a sweetheart. Which is why this person wants to reach out and say hello. And she has her hand up too, see? They're both like waving to each other. So somebody thinks you're a sweetheart. They want to say hello. You are heavily protected by your divine family and your ancestors. Goodness. That's beautiful. Okay, so thank you, Kipper deck. I think it actually added to this. I didn't notice any kind of negativity coming off of it. So you're heavily protected. You definitely have ancestors that are looking at you like, no, we're support. We know what you're here to do. We know what information about transmuting the dark side, the darkness. We know about your job here for doing that. And we've got your back. And we're definitely going to support you and protect you so that your vision gets off the ground and becomes big. Oh, yay. See what I was saying about x-rays down here? I was saying that you have this ability to see when somebody's acting from a wounded place. You spot it. You get, okay, that's also part of an awakening is, yes, you know thyself, but you wake up to how others are acting around you and why they're acting from the place that they do. You see through the illusion. The illusion is anything that kind of is like a projection or a product from the ego, from overly identifying with the ego. So when you have that in your life, yeah, that's part of an awakening, being able to see through the optical illusion that all is not as it seems. Unclear, visual effect, confusion, head trip, hocus pocus, projection, predictive programming. And the universe will show you. The universe will definitely show you. Like, you're waking up to who you are. Okay, now we're going to let you be. We're going to, the energies will start working with you, with everyone. And sometimes it can become super intense. You get a lot of information about people. You get, it could be scary. Like the amount of information that you get about why a person's acting the way that they are to you and what the dynamic is in your life. I mean, most of the time it's because these things are about to change. And that's why, you know, usually they're going to change. Sometimes we get woke up to people's kindness and that they're coming from a truly kind place. But it seems like that tends to override, you know, love and kindness. Kind of know when that's there for sure. So in a way that I could say that and explain it a little bit better is when you deal with somebody who has a lot of hostility or anger, an awakening is going to wake you up to the point where you're so understanding of because you can see clearly where this person's hurt is coming from, that it usually transmutes the energy almost immediately. You'll notice that these people will not be bothering you as much either, because we understood the mystery now. You know what I mean? I don't know how else. I thought I was going to explain it better, but I don't know if I ended up doing it. Roadblock. What's the roadblock? I'm going to have to get clarification, or maybe the roadblock's being removed. The diamond says you have a creative force here. You may resonate with Diamond Child. I know that that's usually like around, what, birthday 210, but I mean 2010. But I think you could be a Diamond Child type of personality anyway. And I think you can wake up to it in this lifetime, which would be somebody that sees things very multidimensional, meaning, just like I was saying here, your ability to see the many layers, it is what allows you to see the divinity inside everyone and everything. It's that same energy that I'm talking about. So that's you, and you were created like the diamond here under pressure, right? Roadblock. All right, we'll use the Kipper-ish deck to Tell me what the roadblock is or what it was about with the obstacles and challenges. Animosity. They're saying it was about animosity. And here we go with the star seed. I knew you're a star seed. Animosity. So it's like the way that I described the earth angel. When you're dealing with those people that are more identified heavily with a false persona of who they are, they're mainly living a lot in their shadow side. And so when you're a mirror, you mirror back to them something very light and almost divine, like the star seed that you are, right? Star seed family too. They get angry because they're not able to lie to you about their energy. Energy doesn't lie. So, you could have had people acting out of anger in some way here, causing issues or trying to cause issues. But the thing is you're so protected here, and you have so much, you have such a good team that's trying to help you, that you overcome all of it. Anyway, you have an edge. I think you probably know things before they're going to happen. Yeah, you have an edge. You have the Wheel of Fortune. So, and it's a reversal included deck, so it could have come up in the reverse here. Divine timing is yours now. It's a new cycle. It's a new season. Somebody thinking, hey, you're hurting my demons is not going to hurt you anymore. Energy shifting. It's not going to support them. Yeah, their energy and their ability to cause delays or to interfere to stop some sort of movement for yourself, that's coming to an end. Because when I saw the roadblock card, it was actually in the reverse when the way that it came out, and I have a feeling it's because these beautiful beings that are supporting you on your journey, they're removing it. But it's the ending to somebody trying to interfere with your progress or cause you delays just because they don't like your success or they don't like what is being mirrored back to them. So, 6 of Wands, you will be victorious here. You're already recognized, but know that you're on your way to some really beautiful achievements in this life. Keep making the good choices that you're making with the 7 of Pentacles. Give yourself space to be human. We all make mistakes, but when we keep our eye on the seeds that we're sowing, we generally, we're doing our best, right? And even the people who haven't overcome an ego issue are still, in their weird way, doing the best they can. So that's just emotional and spiritual maturity. So let's get an angel number message for you all. If you'd like a private reading, the information's in the description box below. They are pre-recorded videos, and you get a private link. It is based on your energy, kind of like this, but on your energy. Yeah, that's in the description box. Thank you all so much for your support with that. So there's something here about your intelligence and what you're meant to pass on to others or share with others. 15 is a card that says, I am wise. Your angels are asking that you share your wisdom or your words of wisdom because it's coming from the heart. 20, you relate to others on almost a cosmic level. That's your star family. That's your star family. Every time I see that, I'm like, cosmic. Yeah, star seed. That's your star family. Beautiful. 777, our lucky number, our jackpot, also is associated with a lot of highly spiritual references. Even God is, you think of that's God number 7. Very sometimes spiritually challenging, but 777 is going to be a lucky win for you here. This card says your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is part of your purpose. A state of peace and calmness in your soul. I am in the flow. So that's what I have, and I'm sending you love and light. Thanks for joining me. Bye.